Now, every now and again, I like to react to trending stories. If you look on this channel, I've made playlists, and I have a playlist of my reactions to trending topics. And in today's video, I'm reacting to the ICE raids. In America right now, families are being torn apart. Families of immigrants, or let me say illegal immigrants. Immigration agents are raiding homes in the dead of the night and sometimes in the daytime. Families are being torn apart. Children are coming home from school to find that the houses are empty. Some children are being taken from schools, some from hospitals, being bundled up by the immigration agents. And while this might seem far, far away, because I'm making this video in the UK, while that may seem as if, oh, it's happening over there. But let me tell you something. If it can happen there, it can happen anywhere. It can happen to you. It can happen to me. The reason I'm saying that is because I've been hearing some reactions from my fellow brothers and sisters, some Africans, some African Americans reacting to these raids, because according to what I'm gathering and from the little I know about the situation, the raids, as I said, are being conducted on illegal immigrants, and illegal immigrants mainly from a certain demographic. So some of my brothers and sisters are saying, I told you so. So this is why I'm saying this can happen to you as well, because you might think that, oh, I've got my papers, so I'm safe. But if what has been happening lately in the global arena is anything to go by, I wouldn't be so sure. So anyway, just in case you're not aware what ICE stands for, it stands for Immigration and Customs Enforcement. It's a US agency which is tasked to detain and deport illegal immigrants or undocumented migrants from the United States. Hence, we're seeing these raids. It is just them or the agency doing their job. They're doing what they've been told to do. Basically, they're just following orders. So that is what we are seeing. However, let us not forget that many of these people who are caught up in these raids, are not criminals. These are human beings. They came to the US looking for a better life, just like the rest of us. They came wanting to change their situation. Maybe some of them were running away from something. So when I talk about these sort of things, I like to come from a place of compassion. Because as an immigrant living in the UK myself, I understand. I'm not an illegal immigrant, but I get the need to search for a better life. I get that. So this is why I'm saying I like to come from a place of compassion. I wouldn't go as far as laughing at people, because right now, some of these people are being treated like fugitives, which is unfortunate, but I guess it is the nature of such raids. Because if you're one of those people who are caught up in these raids and you were not ready to go back to your home country, of course, you're going to put up some kind of fight, I guess. So anyway, back to my main message. I'm not here to dwell too much on the happenings in America, like what is happening with the raids, how many people, and all that. No, I'm just here to give a gentle reminder to my fellow Africans, my fellow immigrants in the diaspora, just to say that we shouldn't really get too comfortable. And by the way, let me just say, I'm not making this video as fear mongering. No, I'm just trying to bring clarity. And I don't want us to ignore the shift that is happening, not just in the United States, but globally, including the UK as well. Now, I have a message to my fellow Africans, and it is going to come later. But at the moment, let me say, we shouldn't really get too comfortable thinking that, okay, simply because we've got our visas, we're settled, then we should relax. Especially if you're an immigrant living in the UK. Yes, our system at the moment, let me say, our system might wear a nicer suit, but we all know that the tone is shifting. We've all seen the headlines. We've all read the UK's white paper on immigration, the latest white paper published in 2025. some of the proposed changes. Yes, I'm not saying that all the changes are negative. Some changes are advantageous to some people, but not everyone. And we've also seen the threats of potential deportations. And also recently, there have been deportations. People have been deported back to Nigeria and also back to other countries as well. So it is not something that we can say, oh, it is happening over there. No. And also, we have seen families torn apart by bureaucracy, by the visa rules, the changes, because there are people who came here to work, thinking that eventually their families were going to join them, only to be told that actually the rules have changed. What we promised you when you were applying for the visa is no longer the case. So what I'm saying is that security or that safety we think we have right now is legal immigrants. Immigrants, we've got papers, we've got visas. That security or that safety is quite fragile. It is conditional, we know that, because as we have learned, indefinite leave to remain and British citizenship is going to be based on what you can give back to the UK. It is going to be conditional. I mean, it has always been conditional to some degree, but those conditions are now being taken to a new level. So this is why I'm saying it is conditional, it is fragile, and it is not guaranteed, because some of us here in the UK live in fear because we don't know when that day is going to come when we're going to get that knock on the door or that letter through the email to say, we are sorry, we've denied your application or whatever. So we live with a threat every single day. And also, some of us work twice as hard just to prove we belong, but inside, we still feel disposable because of those threats, constant threats. Because mind you, this is not just about documents. It's not just about visas. It's about dignity, your dignity as a human being. It's about your mental health. It's about peace. It's about identity. Imagine your children asking you, Mom, Dad, what is going to happen to us if we cannot live here anymore? Imagine children looking you in the eye, asking you such questions. I mean, as a parent, what do you say? So these ICE raids in the United States, according to my opinion, they are a symptom of something larger. They are a symptom or a representation of the global shift that is happening, a shift that is making it clear, or a shift that represents how immigrants are now being perceived. Because mind you, not all immigrants are created equal. I've actually spoken about this in some of my videos. If you're an immigrant and you come from Africa, yes, you are seen as someone who's coming to a country with no intention of ever going back to your home country. This is how we are perceived. Whether you think it's fair or not, whether you agree or not, the fact of the matter is that perception exists. It exists for a reason. So anyway, coming back to what I was saying that the ICE raids are a symptom. They represent a shift in how immigrants are perceived, because right now, Western countries are slowly shutting their doors to immigrants. They are saying no more. They are saying no more, not just to undocumented migrants. No, they are saying no more to the educated immigrants, to the skilled immigrants, even to the desirable ones. So what that means is that not even your degrees, not even your nice job or your accent will protect you. So to my fellow Africans in the diaspora, this is the wake-up call. This is the warning. This is the main reason I made this video, to say that that visa, that citizenship is not a shield anymore. We have relied on migration as a way to escape our problems back home. But as you can clearly see, that time is ending. The doors are being shut. It is time for us to face the hard truth. The hard truth is some of our nations in Africa are broken. Our systems are not working. And what really saddens me is that some of us don't even see Africa as an option to say, okay, if things don't work out in the West, I can always go back home and do something. Some of us even see that as a ridiculous idea. The very thought of someone in the diaspora, someone living in the UK, the United States, someone in Canada, an African deciding to say, you know what, I'm going back to Africa to start again. Some people even see that as a ridiculous idea. That should tell you something. That should tell you everything you need to know about the state of our nations. And that is really sad. We are working night and day to raise that money to send back home. I mean, just think about it. We know that things are not working as well as they should back home. And yet we keep working night and day, 24/7, connecting shifts only to send money home to fix leaks in the so-called sinking ships. Yes, I know right now the conversations have changed, which is encouraging. People are now calling out bad leadership, which is what we should be doing as citizens. So this is why I'm saying it is quite encouraging to see that happening. But also at the same time, we should be doing our part as citizens, whether you live abroad or you are on the ground at home. It is time to focus on homegrown solutions, helping one another to achieve that. And also, we must prepare, not just financially, but mentally as well, especially in a world where immigration or migration is no longer the escape route. Those days are gone. Yes, people are still coming, they're still relocating, but at what cost? It is time for us to stop surviving and start building, because as Africans, it appears as if all we ever do is survive. We are in this constant survival mode. I mean, yeah, it is crazy. It is crazy. So anyway, if this message resonates with you, share it. Like this video, let us discuss, because the truth of the matter is we are running out of time to pretend we didn't see this coming.